Beth and Sophia, that sounds like that could be a sitcom or something like
It's
Thelma
Beth and
Louise.
Sophia, traveling pals.
Are those like the two new love interests of Archie?
Anyway, welcome to Quantum Break Part 13, and we have to get to these two people because
Raisins.
Because time travel is endangered. Well, actually, the time is endangered, Whips.
wow.
I forgot. What exactly is the conflict of this aside from
Time is breaking, okay, and if if time breaks, and if time eventually after 24 hours, time will just stop moving forward altogether, and well, that's it. Everything will stop. So we're trying to stop this.
You know what this kind of reminds me of?
What?
Blinks the Time Sweeper in a way. It's just a time traveling thing.
Oh god, yes. Kinda. I know what Deji means. Basically, Blinks was supposed to be the original Microsoft mascot back when Microsoft was trying to build its own IPs.
Oh, Blinks!
Basically, since you guys are Sonic fans, Blinks stays to Halo like Alex Kidd stays to Sonic. He was supposed to be the original mascot, but got usurped by Master Chief.
And on this topic of Sonic, the designer for Blinks was the same guy that I think Yuji Akaoi. I forgot his name.
I think there was like some controversy with the fact that Blinks had a similar name.
What kind of face is that?
I don't know.
It reminds me of Kevin Spacey.
So basically, here in Act 4, there's a lot of graffiti. Hey, Teo, since according to a certain Japanese Reddit we all know so much.
He just walked into that chair.
I must really be messing things up, yo.
Oh god. So Teo, according to Toriyama, you Italians are all about the graffiti. So would you want to tell us about that?
Can I have a graffiti on a middle finger to Toriyama?
Oh look, evidence.
It's a
TV.
Is that the Yelva from Shin Megami Tensei 2? Oh no.
Basically, there's this fictional TV show going on in TVs that you can check throughout the game. I only showed this part because I couldn't be bothered to look for TVs.
It looks like they just ripped a YouTube video.
Totally not the Twilight Zone. We swear.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say.
Yes, Whips, go ahead.
It looks like they just ripped a YouTube video.
Why are there no subtitles so that we can see or go get what the characters are saying?
Maybe they don't think it's important enough.
Most games usually have subtitles even for that stuff.
Teo, this game has such a problem deciding what's important enough that they have character development in walls of text.
Not just that, but remember, Jova, this game already has trouble with subtitles altogether. Let's not forget.
True.
So, okay, guys, we've come to the point where we've actually found a game that has trouble programming its subtitles right in the 8th generation of gaming.
Yes.
How can we possibly get any lower than that?
Pedro,
even Sonic 06 at least loaded its subtitles.
Hey, Pedro, I got a don't spoil it, but just a simple yes or no answer.
Go ahead.
Does the ending of this game suck?
Wait.
Take a wild guess.
What the hell? Oh, okay, we were just.
Are we on in the Arkham Origins Gotham Bridge?
No,
Oh
Teo.
my god, it does. Oh my god, it does look like that.
Teo,
This looks like
Teo,
the church
stop
tower
thinking-
from Arkham City.
Teo, stop thinking of better games.
Seriously.
And then
But
bring
even
along
if
the
you want to
Arkham
roll-
Origins is considered the weakest point in the franchise. It's buggy as fuck.
Actually, Teo, some people might argue that Arkham Knight is kind of the weakest.
Debatable. We'll get to those anyway.
Let's just say, like I said,
Either way,
Dwibs,
though, they're all
this game ends on a
still
sequel hook.
Oh, great.
Which will probably never get resolved unless Microsoft decides to do some weird founding shit.
Nah,
But it's funny you mentioned Blinks. I forget. What was Blinks? Was he
was a cat.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind
he
of.
was a cat.
He was basically your classic mascot with an attitude, but was at the original of the Xbox.
He was designed by the same person that made Sonic.
yeah, no,
Wait,
Toshima.
wait.
So when I'm just looking at when did the game come out? Because I'm sure that star hadn't dated by 2002.
Wait, Blinks?
It was a launch title for the Xbox. I remember that.
Blinks, the Time Sweeper. Yeah,
No, maybe
it came out October.
It only got
7th.
a single sequel and then got forgotten because it wasn't that memorable.
I can't believe I actually remember him, though. Although, to be fair, you kind of had to say his name to trigger my memory.
This is because...
So you guys, you want the answer or no?
What?
About what?
About when it came out.
Sure, go ahead.
Please also search. Yeah, please
It
also
came
search
out
that.
October 7th, 2002. And apparently the reason why the sequel didn't do so well is because it came out the same time Halo 2 did, and they didn't promote it.
So Microsoft were competing with themselves and lost to themselves.
Well, here's the thing, Jova. And when Microsoft started its business with the console, with the physical console and building its IPs, it was trying to do basically a tactic of throwing everything and see what it sticked, including, Blinks was supposed to be appeal to the classic Nintendo fan base. The people who wanted platformers with cartoony characters and everything. But then Microsoft saw that for some reason entire generations of people thought that the Xbox was supposed to be the console for adults, and jumped immediately on Halo. Which was another one of the launch titles. So Microsoft saw easy money on that, so alright, that's the direction we're going to get.
How ironic, considering nowadays Sony
and Xbox... And keep in mind, one of the first things Microsoft did at the start of the Xbox, in order to apply this tactic of, throwing everything and see what sticks, was to buy Rare from Nintendo. And see how well that turned out.
So let me get this straight. In the same time when they were deciding to go more adult-like, they bought Rare, who aside from Conquer, are kind of, more renowned for their more cartoon movies.
It's because, they were still getting their foot on the ground, so it's just like, oh, Halo's doing well, let's just do that. And because the game industry was changing, since, not that many people really care about cartoony games, and the only ones that we have now are Mario, Sonic, and Ratchet.
At the time, the PS2 had literally killed the Dreamcast and was killing the GameCube. So Microsoft definitely was thinking the worst situation of the fact that Nintendo will ultimately die, even too, and cartoony games would have died as well with that.
Ah, yes. Nintendo.
I'm hoping that Ukulele and A Hat in Time are a success, so that way we'll get.
Well, Ukulele will definitely be, because Ukulele is getting a lot of attention from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hat in Time, that one, they didn't manage to get a publisher who could market the game, so not a lot of people remember it.
What exactly is Hat in Time?
The development of Hat in Time is taking so much.
Because it was originally made by one person, and the team is voluntary, and they're from different parts of the world, so it's kind of hard to do it.
Well, hey, I'm sure we could make a game just.
No, we couldn't.
As long as we know enough about game development.
Jova, I'm just letting you know. Indie developers go for a lot of crap.
Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, Digi, I'm speaking hypothetically because we'd have to know enough about game development.
People like Mr. Pixel, the creator of Cave Story, managed to do his project because he had a very tight schedule that he could handle, and he didn't bother, too much, reporting.
I love how Jack opened that door like open door.
Yeah,
Jack, it's not like you have time traveling powers that can allow you to go.
It was a mail. It was was metal fishnets doors. It shouldn't be that heavy to push.
I mean, seriously. I mean, come on. I mean, hasn't he been strong enough to kick open some doors in this game so far?
Yep.
Inconsistently.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sorry, I missed that. I missed a bit. What was the door made of?
Typical door.
Basically, if you know those metal nets that are usually made to separate, I don't know, building sites.
Like those flimsy kind of metal things that are kind of even weaker than wood.
Oh no, the game is glitching out. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's the time effects. Never mind.
Guys,
Yes,
are we playing GoldenEye 007? Because there's a section in the game that looks exactly like this.
Probably it's some inspiration from it or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is still in the past tense.
Alright, so basically most of this part, in fact I think all of this part is going to take place in this bridge, because in a moment we're going to get into yet another time-traveling set piece.
So here's another question. Why is Jack this far away from the others? I mean, okay, look. I could get him distracting them for time, but are you telling me that he can't shake off these guards one bit, so basically this is all just padding with him getting chased?
Right now the idea is for him to go back to where Beth and Sophia are so they can try to activate the time machine. That's the goal.
So then doesn't that make him staying behind to, throw the people off their tail kind of pointless, since it seems that these people are still able to catch up with him?
Get your logic out of here.
I mean, and look,
is that the duel we fought before?
Bullet time! Get it because it's from the makers of Max Payne.
And I hate to say it, but logic or not, if you're going to have it be padded out, make it be fun. Like, seriously, for all the problems Sonic Adventure 2 has, especially sometimes story-wise, it's at least fun when you're running away from the authorities.
What the hell?
Alright, so basically shoot everybody.
Oh, Titan XD. Huh, surprisingly not a Nissan commercial.
I give this game a Nissan out of 10.
But yeah, isn't that giant enemy the one we fought in the lab before?
Yes.
Are you seriously telling me that missile wasn't enough to pierce the car?
Well, Jova, remember, if the damage was realistic, then we would have nothing to cover in. Because remember, there's no cover system in this game, so you have to hide behind it.
Not just that, Jova. The game has proven so far multiple times that, a lot of things are inconsistent with each other.
Only here's the weird thing now. I just saw a car finally get blown up by something. So some explosions will blow up the cars, others won't.
Again, inconsistency.
In games like GTA and, basically any open world stuff, when something that is clearly within the game model that is not a boundary gets hit, it gets notably damaged.
Quantum Break, consistency is for losers.
Yes.
Look, seriously, this has been established in stuff as early as Transformers and Shadow the Hedgehog on things like the PS2.
By the way, guys,
congratulations, Quantum Break. You're outdone by a game where the controls are slippery as fuck.
Anyway, guys, games that were on the subject of games that were hyped up but ultimately ended up being disappointing.
Yes. My number 9.
How I predicted that back in our GTA 5 commentary, the disappointment of Watch Dogs would kind of lead into an Assassin's Creed simulation, where the second game turned out to be much better, and people say that's what the first game should have been.
The difference being that Assassin's Creed was kind of praised from the start.
I actually played a bit of Watch Dogs 2 because I got it for my birthday, and so far I'm actually really enjoying it.
But how many people actually bought Watch Dogs 2? Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah.
They're gonna have quite an uphill battle to fight, because let's be honest, aside from that, Ubisoft has not exactly had the best reputation to deal with.
Not so much.
Basically, there's the reason why. I imagined that after the first Watch Dogs game, no one else in the group was willing to touch that, so I was willing to touch the sequel, so I volunteered.
Yeah.
So who's handling Watch Dogs 1 for the channel?
And look, before you continue,
we're still deciding, Jova.
Before you continue, I just want to point out that not that many people, a lot of people have the same mentality, because Ubisoft kind of made us forget about the game. It's like, look, Watch Dogs 2 around E3, and then like the months leading up to it, we forgot.
About that, you're right.
And to get back on this game, you said this game bombs, but how well did that show do?
No, the show never actually aired. It's in the game. The show is in the game itself. It was originally It was originally going to air on TV as a part of the Xbox One's TV functionality thingy, but that never came to.
How well that turned out.
Xbox on, Xbox.
There we go.
Xbox, Xbox, turn on the PS4.
Yeah. Real talk.
I still regret that we were never around to do a commentary around that.
Real talk. I don't understand how people were still able to buy an Xbox One after that conference.
Well,
console exclusives.
Me personally, I bought it for Rare Replay.
Deji, an entire army of clueless grandpas who wanted to make a quick present to their grandchildren.
But it's like, yo, I mean, I know.
Oh, son, I got you the prayer station.
I know it's cool to hate on the
guys.
Wii.
Look, doves in midair.
Wait, hold on. I know
it's a John Woo movie.
Like I know it's cool to hate on the Wii U and stuff, but it's like more people bought the Xbox One than that. Like after Microsoft's stupidity. Like,
okay,
what?
question: are these Chronon sources like story based or anything, or are they literally just pickups to upgrade your powers?
Yeah,
upgrade your powers.
Pick up stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what this is starting to remind me since I played it actually recently? God of War Ascension, a game that came out 2-3 years before this game.
Oh, here we go.
And there's actually a similar stuff. Oh, okay, cutscene.
And here's the scene that was this was actually part of the original teaser from back in 2013. The
boat crashing into a bridge for no reason.
There you go, Theo. Now you're seeing it in context.
Wait a minute, hold on. Didn't we actually play through a scene like this before?
No.
No, Joe, but we were in a boat construction center and the boat was just crippling on. But I don't understand why this boat did crash into the bridge.
Because we wanted a super special, awesome action set piece.
Because no, I got it, Theo.
He's just hanging there like a baboon.
Theo,
yeah,
I got it.
So is this being done by...
Oh, dweebs! You were driving the boat, of course.
Don't rock the boat, baby.
You know how in the X-Men films, bridges always get
Oh no! Don't tell me it was Magneto again.
Yeah, Magneto was on his bridge killing spree again.
So basically, here's the thing about this thing. The bridge keeps. Well, what you're seeing right now. Yeah.
Oh, a platforming puzzle.
It's not that great though.
Why do you get damaged, Bull?
Yeah.
I don't quite know, Theo. It doesn't make it very clear why I'm damaged in that sequence. But
another quick question: is this being done on the Unity engine, the same engine that worked for Assassin's Creed?
Not that I know of. I think Remedy made their own engine for this. I think.
Because this looks more glitchy than anything else.
Yeah. Again, to continue also what I was saying before, since I played recently, this game reminds me a lot of God of War Ascension, where one of the powers is mechanical powers actually function exactly like this thing we're watching right now, rewinding time around the specific objects, like time basically making them decay or reconstruct themselves. But it's done so much better, and yet it's still, situational.
Here you go, Deji.
Compared between the two things, this game sucks even more.
Here you go, Deji. Quantum Break runs on Remedy's. There you go, exactly what Jova said. The Northlight engine, made by Remedy. So yeah, they made their own engine.
So, okay, maybe I wasn't paying attention to the story and forgot, but why did Jack need to go up to this particular bridge?
To get back to Beth and Sophia.
Were they supposed to pick him up by helicopter, even though they clearly left by boat?
No, Jova. They ran away on the boat, and Jack was just supposed to get back on his own, I think.
But, wait, so they were hiding up on the bridge?
No, Jova. The bridge is on the way.
Basically, Jova.
Basically, Jova. Here's the thing. Okay. Let me put this down in the simplest terms, Jova. Jack.
Where they are.
But let me talk to you in video game terms. Jack is supposed to go to where the time machine is. However, since Jack has to get there on foot, let's take advantage of that to have some gameplay sections, because games need gameplay.
Again, of course, the excuse is that, time is broken, so Jack can't just easily use his powers to warp to a place like he has been previously in the game.
Alright, moving on.
But seriously, though, why doesn't he? Why isn't he try to hijack a car or a speedboat or something to help?
But Jova, without that, we wouldn't have this amazing game action set piece.
Wait! Is he actually using his powers there when all that stuff moves?
Again, Jova, situational. It's just.
So wait! Let me get this straight. This game actually had the excuse that time is messing with his powers, and thus he can't use it all the time. Only now you actually can clearly use your powers.
Jova, the only thing that messes with his powers is the anti-chronon containment field, aka the anti-magic field of this game.
Wait, so you're telling me that there's actually no in-story explanation for why he can use his powers just fine then?
He can use this.
Maybe the fact that he got them so recently he doesn't know.
Why are we doing what the writer should be doing and explaining?
He can only use the time travel special power. He can only use the time travel powers when it's convenient for the plot or the game.
No. I hate to say it, but even Sonic 06 did a better job of limiting, the protagonist, not so much the villain, with all time traveling.
Sonic 06 kinda had the opposite effect with Sonic's gem powers, because the meter was so glitchy, you could use them anywhere, giving you so much creativity in how to use them.
So, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Sonic 06 actually had a better idea of how to work consistently with its time-traveling powers.
What the fuck?
So the game's glitchy.
Action. Dwibs. Action. Falling damage. Excitement.
This should be exciting, except we don't even get to play that part.
And he still ends up swimming in the river. Whatever.
Why didn't he just swim all along?
Well, maybe he didn't know that the bridge would have crashed from the boat thing.
Java, stop asking questions and enjoy the show.
I was gonna make a Gravity Falls reference with the black screen there, but I'm too late.
Anyway, we're back, and now time to travel back in time, so we can make this timeline is even more confusing than it already is.
I wonder, what if it turns out that the interview Jack is having is actually in the past from now, and it turns out that the world actually is doomed?
And the fracture's getting worse by the minute. And it cannot be stopped. Paul has been to the end of time. He's witnessed it.
Yes.
I'm just going to point out an easy fallacy. Paul has clearly been shown at this point to be suffering from madness and, sickness. How do we know that that's not just something that's messing up his memory, for all we know?
I'm just hoping this game doesn't end on the plot twist that it was just this guy being nuts.
No, it doesn't. Don't worry about that. I can already alleviate you of that fear then.
What the hell is that?
Oh,
it's the time traveling blueprints.
Oh. Wait. So Will built a way to stop the fracture in time just like that?
Yes, because he's a genius.
Why did Paul never know about this?
Because Will hid it for him.
So you're telling me none of this would be happening? Paul wouldn't have gone mad and all villainous if he knew about what Will was building?
I guess
Why does the story?
I would be mad if I didn't care at all for these characters.
Yeah, I'll admit, it kind of helps that I never really cared for these characters so much because it's so confusing what's going on, because the game just does a really terrible job at explaining stuff, helping you get to know the characters anything you'd expect a
To
story
me, that's
do.
to me, that's the biggest sin. I would be willing to forgive the confusing plot if at least they made the characters easy to root for or likable. Or, but no, it's they're so boring.
When it comes to personality, we're not assholes, at least for the most part. Yes, we did maybe one or two action that's maybe questionable, but overall, we're still the good guys. But they're so boring.
So
I
bland.
don't care. And our protagonist is supposed to be a superhero with time travels and time powers, and he's still so boring.
How cool it would be if if Marvel took this concept and made an awesome action movie out of this.
I think they have, actually, at least comic book one. But yeah, honestly, I hate to say it.
Wait, isn't that Doctor Strange?
Well, Doctor Strange is not time travel. That it's interdimensional. It's different.
But don't they do like stuff like that?
Well, unless you count that one.
Trust me, Deji, in the Marvel comics, every time someone tried to time travel, nothing ended up.
What about Quicksilver and Days of Future Past?
Anyway, the game's.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, basically, the plan is that we're going to go back to 2010, which is when
2010 to stop Microsoft from making the Xbox One. They're stopping this debacle.
Hey guys, do you know what this means?
What?
I can stop The Last Airbender from being released.
No, you can't.
Oh, but then that would stop Doug Walker from becoming an Airbender fan.
The Dweebs, in true Shyamalan fashion, the twist will be that if you go stop there, it will actually happen. It will be a prophecy that self-fulfills.
However,
let's not forget, Dweebs, that changing the past will create a chain of events that will destroy humanity as we know it.
Well, actually, not really. Have you seen The Flash? Have you watched the Flash show? Because season 2, at the end of season 2,
I'm in the middle of watching it.
Yeah, but I'll pull a Jover. Let's just say he time travels and it alters a whole bunch of things in the series, including
it's basically
both
Flash
Arrow.
in a nutshell, then.
Yeah, it's Flash, except it's not, because I don't know why they call it Flashpoint.
Flashpoint is literally the cause of New 52.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they called the arc Flashpoint in the show, even though it was nothing.
So they called it Flashpoint in the show too.
Yeah, and it's not like in the comics.
That is what we call marketing.
Beth, you knocked that thing down. Aren't you gonna put it back up? No.
No.
You know what? Never mind. It's not worth it at this point.
Anyway, getting back to what we actually are going to do, we're going to go back to 2010 so we can prevent Will from dying, so that he can help us get this shit sorted out.
Can we
wait.
Let me say this. Can we prevent 3D from going out of hand?
Sure, why not?
3D?
Yeah, because you know how in 2000
don't you mean CG though?
No.
No. I know what that you mean.
Because James Cameron, Avatar, how everyone went crazy with 3D.
The first one I really remember was my 3D Bloody Valentines.
And then we had 3D TVs, which died out. Just a waste of money.
Yeah. They didn't even try with some games, like especially with the licensed one, like with the Thor and Green Lantern licensed games.
Also, if we go back to 2010, can we make it so that Ghost Trick sells well enough to get a sequel?
Maybe.
I would
definitely love a Ghost Trick sequel over this.
Can we go back to 2009?
You know what's funny is that Ghost Trick also does what a lot of games of this don't do, and it actually does respect the butterfly effect. To harsh terms, indeed.
Well, in that case, Jova, since you have a PS4, one game I definitely recommend you should try out is Until Dawn, because Until Dawn is entirely about the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Basically, Jova, it's a David Cage game done right, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Look at how she's so interested in typing on that computer.
So let me see if I can get this straight there. Hold on. So wait, so the events at the very start of the game were in 2010?
Yes. And now we're in 2016.
Okay, so when was the huge time skip? I forget.
It basically somewhere in between Acts 1 and 2, I think. It's because of the time breakage thing.
So let me get.
Remember Jova. Even though time breaks, they still count time going on. So basically, even though it's only been technically a day that's been gone by, because of the time stops, it's actually been 6 years. It's very confusing.
Hey
Okay,
guys, I got something I could do if we go back to 2010.
What?
What else?
One of my favorite 2010 moments is being able to bask in the sheer rightfulness and vindication that because throughout the entire 2009-10 football season, everyone was banging on about whether Manchester United or Manchester City would win the Premier League title. Guess who won?
Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea. So neither of those two sides won.
Are we supposed to be listening to what Will is saying on the TV? Because that's kind of hard to do without subtitles.
Well, actually, we can hear if we don't talk.
Well, again, though, whether
Don't worry, it's not important. Don't worry, Deji, it's not important. It's just him.
How is it not important? It's Will, talking about the very MacGuffin that we're looking for.
Well, Jova, here's how it is. Since Bill, whatever it is, was killed at pretty much the beginning of the game, but Microsoft still wanted to use Mary's actor for, as much time as possible, but you need to want to insert these kind of things.
So, let me see if I can get this straight. The events that started this game, during part 1 were 2010, even though I could have sworn that it was during 2016 because they mentioned an October date, unless there was a time skip within then.
Was
I actually forgot.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that in the first part we were literally looking at stuff because we talked about, how cool, it's actually happening like a day or two after the day we commentated on.
Fine,
No,
whatever.
wait, guys, I have the perfect idea to time travel to 2010. Let's make sure Inafune never left Capcom and we still had Mega Man.
Well, Deji, honestly, going off of my number 9, I'm starting to wonder if that might have been what we've been getting with
Have you seen the Mega Man mobile port? Have you seen the Mega Man mobile port?
That's a port, a cheap port.
A terrible port.
And it's also leaked footage, aka not the final product.
Yeah, wait.
That's not an excuse. Why would they show off something in that terrible footage then?
Well,
no.
Deji, again, leaked, not officially announced.
It's not leaked. It wasn't leaked. It was on Capcom's official YouTube channel.
For his interest.
Whatever. Game's boring. Moving on, next part.
See you, everybody.
See ya.